I'll just say that Congress is now going to investigate Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, who likes to call himself the Secretary of War, and of course, who can't believe that he's a Secretary of War, considering the war size war chest that he put together to put together a makeup room in the Pentagon. But nonetheless, Pete Hegseth is coming under a lot of criticism because in the first bombing of a boat in the Caribbean, he said, kill them all, which came out this week. And I want to start with you, Mark. I look at this. Congress now wants to investigate him. I, I, I only look at it and can say cartoon villain. I really can't look at it any way else. I mean, no due process, no consideration of the people on the boats. And Pete Hegseth says, kill them all.
Yeah, a lot of this is still shrouded in both secrecy and mystery, right? Who are these people that we're striking? How do we know to strike them? I get it, and we've talked before. You see a speedboat rushing through the Caribbean waters in the middle of the massive Caribbean, hundreds of miles from land. Hey, that's a little suspicious. And presumably you have intelligence reporting on it as far as who the strikes are. And we've killed dozens and dozens of people so far. And this is because we designated these folks narco
terrorists,
drug terrorists, traffickers, whatever. They're not from a country per se. It is not a country doing this. It is drug cartels or individuals or small groups, whoever it might be. And when asked about why he can do it, he basically just says, because I can. But there is a classified legal memo from the Department of Justice's Office of Legal Counsel that supposedly gives legal jurisdiction and authority to do this. A bunch of problems with that. One, that's suspect to begin with. And there are many from the military and international law experts, law of armed conflict experts who disagree with that, but we have to see the memo. But that said, there was one incident that came to light just this week, and that was a strike on a boat that left 2 survivors who were clearly incapacitated, and we struck them again to kill them. Now, that is a blatant war crime. You are not allowed to strike those who are essentially adrift in the water and cannot continue the fight, as I use air quotes for that, because they're not fighting in the sense of armed conflict. So this is a huge, huge problem. And I will say that strike happened before the Department of Justice even issued their legal memorandum to say that strikes overall were lawful.